How much were you adding every month?
I was adding. I think I was adding 20. I don't know, 15. I don't know.
So when you did it in February, your capital was 110,000 naira. That was your capital.
Yeah, the money that would have been there.
Now there's a saying that if you will be a billionaire, you must have lost up to $1 million. And since to manage a multi-billion-dollar company, you must have lost like $1 billion. Don't worry, I'm part to being a millionaire.
The people who say that, I didn't say people that say that you can't channel it for you sacrifice the
Never really know what's going on.
Hello, good morning. You're all welcome to the Darkpore Show. All right, so today we're talking about interesting job experiences. A couple of months ago, the news went viral that in a particular state in Nigeria, people were getting kidnapped when going for job openings. So people were posting job offers online. You had candidates who flew in some of those states. I will not mention the particular states. And then when they got to the states, they were kidnapped and their family members were called and asked that if they want to see the candidate again, they should wire money. All right. So today we just felt that let's talk about that because those are some of the challenges that people are dealing with in the quest, in the journey to find work. So, does anybody have any interesting experiences to share on your part when you went job hunting?
Or does anyone travel to another state for an interview?
No.
I think you start from there.
It also happens intrastate, so it doesn't mean that you must have traveled outside your state.
Well, true. But
Yeah, so
background, you must have a background now. Travel from one state for an interview. How was it? Maybe you start from there.
I think we should talk about the people who are in this state, who are from this state. It's very important.
Why are you guys playing? Okay, so also we've had stories of people who were invited for job interviews, only for them to get there and find out that it was recruitment for.
Yeah, I think I was doing
GNLD.
I think
You-
I
that one,
afraid
that
that
one,
on your life.
See, all those people, I don't want to say they're
Your
bastard,
life.
but they're bastard. Why you go invite me?
Well, it's part of
for
it's a
Joe,
marketing strategy.
They give me some kind of MLM trips, like put like 10K, collect 20K, put like 50K, collect 70K. The worst part is like, actually I went for one. It's not like they call it like an entrepreneurship, like seminar or something like that. We got there, they started like giving it. Usually seminar, you see like people that like leading in the industry, like to come out like teach you on their experience and stuff like that. I got there, these people were just bragging. When I started this thing, I didn't have any money. I didn't do this. I didn't do that. But look at me now. I make less than 400K per week. I'm this and like for 4 hours. I was just there. The worst part is I couldn't leave. Stand up like this. They're like 6 people. They don't block you. Say wait, you know if you leave, bro, you can't leave. They'll block you. Like, where are you going to? They'll drag you.
Don't you want to make 400K per week?
The thing that don't explain the process. It's just constant bragging of how.
Did you check their shoe?
I think it's very important.
That mistake I faced.
Yeah, it's important to check
I don't check their shoe before I go.
People that are bad, just take
It
it.
got to a point. I just realized that it's not MLM. It got to a point like at the end of the day. I waited to the end of the seminar. They asked people like, "Yo, who wants to sign up? Like, who wants to?" They spoke a lot in Yoruba, so who wants to be out of those fortunate people that will make it? Guy, a lot of girls that I know that you guys will have money. A long course, they go to buy a course of 20K. Like they have to make an initial payment of 20,000. You go to the job seminar, they're not teaching you how to make money. You have to pay them first. I was like, it didn't weak me.
You have to invest now. They say he who wants to catch an elephant has to
pay
set
the
a
price.
trap with a goat.
I think I've had experience like that before. There was
Elephant don't chop goats now. I don't think.
That's a proverb. It's figurative.
I don't think link.
I just even reason now that.
Elephant is not good.
They are the glorious animal now.
Elephant not tree now.
Elephant
Grass.
what's
I think elephant is grass or
what's
something.
happening?
Well, that's how our ancestors spoke proverb.
This is your proverb. It's off base.
I think I have an experience. The time I went for an interview, and it's common. Anytime I just see Ogba Ikeja.
They avoid them.
Just forget about it. There was a time I went for interview. From where I was staying then to that place, I think it was 800 go and come. So I shall went there. I was skeptical. Wait, when I got there, immediately I got to the building. 155 has gone. I just immediately, my 155 has gone.
Money don't waste. The video wasn't promising.
Let's go there. The guy that came, I just first there. You just check there. The first guy that came was going. I just checked the shoes. I looked at the building. I can't stay.
The money don't go.
I didn't that my money has gone. But
Gone.
let me just finish the event.
Just on burn time.
I burnt money, burnt time. Just so the guy took us upstairs. We filled one phone, filled one. When I got upstairs, they said we should wait, that they are recruiting people, that they will first do interview with HR. Then you now enter one seminar room. Immediately I waited, then I entered the HR this thing. The question they were asking me wasn't even related to this what I applied for. Immediately I finished the interview, just as you enter, I just took my bag and left. So anytime you just see, and our most is common around Ogba, Ikeja, Ogba, all those areas, all those
The
areas.
thing is that me, anytime I see an interview, I actually first research the company. If I see like Naira Land,
Yeah,
that's what I chose
Naira
them
Land.
for.
Yes.
Any
At least
company.
some people must have reviewed it on Ireland. So
And those people, they don't care. They go bash your company. They say any crazy trips there. They'll bash your company completely.
But the problem is that people will still be much there because that's why that there's no job in Nigeria. Still be plenty old men, both the old and the young. In fact, I see someone that applied for senior consultant. That was not happening in my mind. And the roles were different. So many
In the same
in
Organization.
The same, yes. I was seeing some roles that I could not even connect them. I knew that I bought my 1.5.
Have you gone for any multi-level marketing program?
No.
You haven't accidentally filled the. What about those guys that you meet on the road that hand out?
Yeah. I met.
Those
I've met
oh
those
God,
ones
there
a
are plenty in
lot.
that area.
I've met those
You
ones
just,
a lot.
you just
So.
jam
I
them.
met in
I too,
Yaba.
I met them too.
These ones are even small people.
Actually,
Give me the
the
budget.
girl that invited me to seminar, she was like someone my age, and she was confident that she would make money off it. No, it's obviously they'll make people make money off it. That, but the way she spoke with me was with so much confidence, and I was like, this girl will be making millions. So I got there, I was like, where's the millions?
How much do they expect you to invest?
I think for starters, you have to pay like 20,000 or so.
Yeah, to start this stuff.
That's 20,000 naira.
And
For what? What exactly are you paying 20?
you have to like, I think you have to like buy. Okay, you have to like buy some certain products like that, like to show like your commitment into the team. You have to buy some certain products. Then once you buy the certain product, you have to like invite your friend. Like you invite like 3 friends, you get like a certain percentage of them. Them to also have like to buy. Bring like a 3 friend. Like also buy that same product. Like if 3 friends buy that, like 60,000.
More or less like Ethereum too. This
That's like
coin.
MMM now.
No. There was one to Ethereum. You didn't hear of the coin?
It's a crypto now.
Yes.
Yeah,
What is it? How did they even call it? Is it marketing? I don't really, because I didn't put my mind and just. But it's this Bitcoin stuff, marketing, online marketing, Ethereum. You have to bring one customer, and you like a tree. You start drawing a tree diagram, and when you attach with this
NFTs
one,
or something.
exactly, you pull profit from the 3,
Okay.
and when the other 3 goes out,
then
they
it's
get another one, makes 16, like just kind of sharp. And there's one trend in our meter.
How do you know this is? I've not heard of that one.
Right. He invested. That's how you know.
No, I didn't.
A serial investor.
Oops, you
I've
get
not
money
invested
back.
in a meter.
Oops, you get
And
money
I
back.
didn't invest in Ethereum too. It was just close people that did it, but I was
You are studying Amita to see how the markets will go so you can invest.
exactly. I'm just because
and so
the guy's been on my neck. Put your money, put like 5-3,
5-3.
and I'm asking him how are they making their own profit?
You just buy those
He said they are advertising for other starters like agencies, and that's why they make some percentage, and from the percent you get 5%.
I've lost 40k with this guy. You see?
Wow.
People say it again.
That's good. That's good. If
I
you-
lost 40k with this guy.
What you spoke about right now, was it a job offer or an
No, it's not.
investment opportunity?
It's
Yes, an
Yes,
It's like
investment
Forex.
opportunity.
Who has invested in Forex? Forex. Those guys that teach Forex, they're scammers.
in Forex, I know that you cannot.
Those
Very
guys-
few people can make money off Forex. the vast
your
majority
money,
of people
your money will burn in
make
your
money.
eyes. You know, they say your money they your money they
The vast
bullshit.
majority of people make money off teaching other people.
Exactly. That's like the crazy part. They always look for people that like if you make money comfortably. Like if I'm making money like all those thousands of dollars, the only people that will teach are my friends or people that are very, very
This is
close
what
to
they
me.
this is what they say.
But then
Say,
we find students with so much energy. Like if they don't see students, they will die from this earth.
they will tell you that
Someone thought
the
they
international forest market is worth $6.2 trillion. They say daily $6.2 trillion of trade goes on the international forest market. You could tap from that 6.2
Actually,
trillion
those
naira.
It's
statistics
like
too.
you.
See, that for
No,
example.
I once
I think you have trained people.
Or they
Because
trained
you are
him.
training
Doctor,
people.
doctor,
I'm not
They
training people.
trained
Let me
him.
tell you, I once worked with a writing agency and I was writing on finance, so that was where I
You
got
can't
those
tap.
stats from.
Okay.
The crazy thing about it is that the platform gives you like a demo money, like so you can use the demo money to like try it and trade. That's
you
like
always win with the
crazy,
demo.
That's like the craziest part. You
Before-
will always win with you always make money with that demo.
The time I
That
did-
demo money,
I
but you
did
put your own money.
That forest.
What's the law is gone. Rather you do. Well, 50K wipe out.
Yeah, I was just close to it. 110. Yes, I was just
Don't,
110.
Audrey, don't worry.
$110.
These are like
That's why
they're accumulating.
What I do now is what they say. Once you invest now, you take the money from here, put it here.
Or you fold it into two.
I just take it from just pocket. I just pocket. 110. The guy was telling me.
6,000 or 110,000.
110,000.
More than 10,000.
That's
You know,
why you lost.
all those things. Say if you bring the one I did then was minimum. I think I was it saving? Yeah, I think I was saving. Said 50K. I think I told you now. 50K was the starting. After 50K, after 1 month, they'll give you 15% or 50K is the profit. So you can either decide
To roll over.
to roll over or take
Same
all
as
the money.
Amita. That's
So I go, I will do twice. So immediately when I was
Okay.
saying, like, if I did this in 2 hours my service here, I'll have 2 million. In
If
fact,
a friend of
I
mine
had an
also-
Excel sheet
also
for it.
tried to bring me that.
I'm serious. So
I want to hear the end of the story.
I had an Excel sheet.
Because I
You just scroll down.
so how did you
And
invest
went
the
to
money
calculate
you
itself.
made off it?
Eh?
How did you invest the money you made off it?
How did I invest?
The money. You said you made 2 million or something.
No. I said like I calculated. I was in 50. I did 50 first. So after the stuff, I will do everything.
You got your money back.
The guy gave me the money plus this is I put
How
it
much
back.
did they give you back?
15% for the money.
15%.
Like
Yeah, is it 15 or 30%? I can't remember, but I think it's 15% plus your capital.
Capital.
No, 15% will be 7,500.
7,500.
Yes, so they'll give you
57,500.
57,500.
Just in 1 month.
Just
Okay.
1 month. So you know, by the time I do it again, I'll have 15% of that money.
Okay.
So it will compound.
And I did math, so I already had an Excel sheet for it. By the time I did for 12 months, that's about 2 million. I'm serious though.
Agba.
Only my home is dead. Only pony. I did that by the time we got to, was it February? I went to service in November.
Yeah.
By the time we got to February, the guy was my friend though. In fact, now that's not what I was my friend. I was after Sam, the guy no pick my call. What's happening? When I was calling him, I had money to invest again. After Sam, he said, calm down.
You want to
Yes, sir.
upgrade your investment.
I had money to invest my stuff now. After Sam, the guy later after like 3 weeks, he said that I doesn't know that you just keep my money first, that they're having issue, blah blah blah.
Investments have gone down the drain.
And then he was saying that people are all over me. I think it took money from so many people too. And they were disturbing him too, blah blah blah. He said once he had mental breakdown, blah. Till now that money left too. By the time I finished everything, so it was 110K.
Okay, but you invested
how much did you
7,000.
put in at the beginning?
At the beginning it was 50K, so I was adding it.
So you thought you had
I was
100.
adding more money now.
No, were you adding more money or you were
or
you're
your
talking about the
the
interest?
interest.
No, the interest I'll add money at the end of the month.
How much were you adding every month?
I was adding. At times I was adding 20, I don't know, I had 15. I don't know, I had
So when you
30,
did
I
it in
had
February, your capital was 110,000 naira.
10,000,
That was your capital.
yeah, the money that would have been there.
Now there's a saying that if you will be a billionaire, you must have lost up to $1 million. And since to manage a multi-billion-dollar company, You must have lost like $1 billion. Don't worry,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
part to being a millionaire.
The people who say
Aspire.
that, are they the same people that say that to catch an elephant?
Yeah.
You sacrifice the baby.
I always don't too much wisdom.
Don't worry.
In fact, that's one. The second one I did was when I got 40K. In fact, the guy had an office.
Okay. Wait.
feel
why,
like
why is that
spending for you,
important?
Why be say the days they catch you? Like this friend of mine actually tried to bring
Why is the having an office important to that story?
the legitimacy now.
No, it
It's
brings about
important now.
legitimacy now.
Because
Like,
you have an office now.
Exactly.
I'll probably not invest. He had, in fact, if you go to his office, you see the picture of the federal
President.
president there.
They have CAC
governor.
too, Abi.
Picture of the governor and picture of him. Guy had workers. So it's not as if the office was always on.
A legitimate scam.
Had awards all over the table.
So you gave him 40,000.
He 40,000. He said I think it was my allowance. No, I did one gig there. I was 7 then. No,
And so how much did
And
you
I
get
was-
back off the 40K?
0K.
But what happened to the office?
Everything closed down. Even
And you know, carry
the
boys,
workers
go
too.
track him down.
Even the workers too were scammed. Only him knew what.
Where did that
He's the
happen?
only one-
Where did
he's
that
the
happen?
only
Which
one-
state
Sir,
did that
have you heard of
happen?
this guy? It's not something.
Katsina.
It's happening in Katsina. I can rule out
Middle or something
that
like
state
that.
now.
Middle.
Since I've-
Yeah, middle.
We'll,
That guy's
we'll get into Madoff.
So when I did one gig, I think I did one gig that I had 40K. So
First one I
maybe-
did 40K.
Yes. So he said that we'll do that stuff for I think it's 6 months. Then after 6 months, you will get your capital back. Then you will get how many percent again? Then plus something. So I was just like, okay, yeah, let me just use to see what this alawi they are giving me. I'll get the alawi back. I'll get an interest, and I'll get
Yeah, that's the by alawi, you mean the allowance. The,
Yes, the NYC
the
allowance.
NYC allowance.
that I was saving there. Let me just put it together. Then I'll get the allowance. Then he said that at the end of the day again, after you are done your money, you have a chance to learn any skill that they can, like the way they package the stuff there, that you can learn any skill you want. They will pay it because they say they have invested your money into oil and gas, blah, 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 blah. Well,
So in total, like how much interest were you going to get over 6 months? from
I was
initial
going to
capital?
get, I think it's 20%.
20% every month.
Yeah. No.
I mean,
At
of
the end.
6 months, how much would be the total you would get? So let's assume you over 6 months, you aggregated 100,000.
100K. I'll get 120.
No, that was different. You said he was giving 15,000 every month now.
No.
No, that is another one.
This is another story.
What
This is another platform.
did this one happen after the first one?
After
Or
the
before?
first one,
Oh, you don't.
Wow, that you
Within the same service here.
within the same service here.
A lot
You know
happened.
the Chinese thing.
I
Say,
passed through a lot.
fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on you. Shame on you, Audrey.
Where,
Fooled you twice.
but you know, I was
learning
saving.
process.
But he was investing into his future.
Exactly.
Yeah. But not his future, another person's future.
But because usually it
A
is said,
wise man once say, you fail 9 times, you only need to succeed once to succeed. Yeah, you need to fail 9 times to succeed.
9 times, they won't give
another
you-
wise man also said that when a man with experience meets a man with money, an exchange happens.
Experience
The
with
man with the man with the experience ends up with the money, and the man with the money
ends up with the experience.
So,
So use money to buy experience.
so that's just
Oh,
the way it
yeah,
is.
I've got the experience, yeah.
So let's really get back. So let's get back on track. Because what we're discussing is interesting job interview
interview
experiences. Okay, and particularly because nobody on this panel none of you have gone for a job interview in which either at some point your life was at risk or
No.
okay. So thank God we've been able to escape that. But you've never gone for any job interview in which you were scammed during the interview process.
No.
And,
But I've really attended some
Some shady
an interview I attended that was kind of very funny. Not that it was shady, it was a legit organization and all that. But when I think about it every time, I just like, why did these people invite me for this interview? Because I think when I got there, it was an NGO, an international NGO. They work to prevent child trafficking and irregular migration and all that. So I got there and I think we were like 5 or 6, something like that. So I got talking with the girl that was brought. She was also a candidate too. And we're talking, she was not telling me about her experience, how she has Like she was overqualified. I was like, if they have this person that's overqualified, why did they bring me here?
Why are you?
Why am I here? Because she was just overqualified. She has traveled to Jamaica to she has worked, she has interned with UN and all
In
that. I was
Nigeria.
like, yeah, no, I experienced and all that.
Was she one of the people working in the organization? She came.
No, she came for the interview too.
and she was telling you that.
Yeah. So I was like, so why did they not bring me here? If
She's one
this
of
person
them.
has all these things already.
And why did they? You were asking why they shortlisted you.
Yes, now because I didn't have anything.
Are you sure? Are you sure it wasn't as if maybe the girl used that to intellectually
I had
add
Exactly.
you?
No, I
Wait,
don't
wait,
think
wait.
so because
I mean, what
I
do
later
you think-
added that on Facebook and I saw confirmation of all that.
Or maybe
I'm even thinking that.
No, I'm
the
not
girl is
saying
part
that
of
she was
them.
lying. I mean that maybe she wanted to
So okay, make
like
me feel
intimidate
Intimidate.
you.
intimidate you.
Nah, Baba, you can't get the job.
Wait, perhaps
my lord.
because
Well,
after she
yeah.
said that I was like, so why did they even bring me here
Did she get
when
the
they
job?
have somebody? Yes, now she was the one that got the job. I think they
You
were
are
two.
asking again.
Person we go Jamaica.
Someone that has worked with
Ask-
UN and all that. She got the job. She has interned with
But it
the
doesn't
UN.
always apply that way. It really doesn't always apply. That somebody has moved up and down does not necessarily translate to the fact that the person was actually working in those roles.
Yeah,
There are
perhaps.
some of those roles in which people just they can just say they've gone from one place to another. That's all they can say. But that whether what they have done has translated into impacts or
Yeah.
into results in the organizations they work with, you can't necessarily tell. Okay? Because people put a lot of BS into job application and interview processes.
And
Some
BSc
people are good
At interviews,
at
acing interviews.
acing interviews.
Look at OG.
No,
Those
he
LinkedIn
said
people
he said
now.
something that BS can't. It was a story he was about to say.
I think you don't drop number for interview before ni. They can't
Like
catch you
OG,
say.
if you see OG CV now, their profile on LinkedIn says
Say-
if
say-
the person that want to employ them will be afraid.
I check.
would like to meet the person inside his CV.
I saw OG's LinkedIn browser. OG now you be this. I know what cast for this podcast.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't know what to tech bro.
You think they're changing the world?
Bro, nah.
No, he's
He is
the
changing the world.
Okay, it's not-
It's just that the world it might be changing. Is like when you are changing a bulb, you remove one bulb.
But you're changing something.
Eventually we get there.
All right, so at least we haven't had terrible
Yeah.
experiences and the rest. On the issue you said, you spoke about going for job interviews and then you found out that the job interviews were multi-level marketing.
Yeah, an MLM.
MLM. Has anybody had done any MLM before?
I've watched too many documentaries. To
Yeah,
know that
Maybe have you been
I
part
think-
of GNLD New Life? Have
Yes.
you sold any of their drugs before?
I did GNN when I left secondary school one time.
this guy, respect your Ozu.
Yeah, people
My
be-
brother has
respect
done
yours.
GNLD.
You don't get
The team seems
When you left secondary school, wow.
secondary school.
Wow.
Though, again, when I
Okay,
was secondary school,
You wanted to become a billionaire quick.
actually,
This guy-
I was looking
You
for
wanted to follow that Bill Gates style. Didn't go to university.
the dropout.
but yeah, you start going in lag now.
I go now after I don't see Shaggy. Come figure out the
Now school be the surest part.
insurance battle.
What experience? Let's take your brother's experience, and then we'll hear what OG has to say about that.
Okay. What I know about him is that he saved up and I think he had like 400k.
He made money from it.
No. He saved up his service here and he did some freelancing job and he made some like 400k.
From MLM.
No.
Okay, to go into
He made 400.
While serving,
Why saving?
Okay.
he saved up
You
and
made some money.
okay. So he told me that bro, there's this
invest.
there's a name they call it. So I'm trying to pick the name.
Is it New Life?
It's not New Life. It's this
La Buena
marketing,
Vida.
something like that.
La
So
Buena Vida.
they had this chain this necklace that when they put that, it helps to reorient the core energy in the body. It brings stability when you have injury on your when you have injury on your leg. There's this
China, don't
particular-
lie, China jazz.
No,
it's not just now.
Listen.
There's Cupertino coffees.
Cupertino.
Cupertino
Okay.
coffees and all these different types of drugs. I say, okay, if you need, if you are having bad erection, there's a particular drug. So he just, the 400k, just
Invested it.
Yes,
You buy their product.
yes, bought the product.
They don't
and-
give you the product free. You buy it.
Yes,
I
he bought
buy
it
it,
and
yeah,
it was
free
it
care.
was like
No, like I thought that like they'll give you the product,
No,
then you
you have to-
sell and
you
get
have
the
to
no,
buy
you
it.
buy
No,
the
you
product.
buy it.
Then sell, then buy
So
more.
he bought it. He told me that in the next 2-3 years, there will be a big fish. I said, okay.
You couldn't sell them.
You know, he sold them now. We sold. I drank. I and my mom we drank because those things were expensive.
Did it work? It works now.
One is still in my wardrobe.
See now,
It's not
The
finished.
chain that I used to help reorient the core energy in the body system.
chakra.
Yes, the chakra exactly. So
How do you know Adam?
You know what?
I think he too has done something.
You know what
else.
Naruto for? Watch K.
So to summarize the whole of it, he lost the money. He went for seminars upon seminars.
Sales seminars.
Yes, he tried
Teach you how to
inviting
sell.
me. They'll tell him to invite people
Yeah,
so that I
that-
can form a tree market strategy so that when you bring one, there's a particular profit that will be
That will come
added.
from here,
Exactly. So
Yeah, those guys are actually very convincing.
he
No,
invited so many friends of mine, but me, I knew that all these things, but these things, it's fake. Because why will you put the drug? You can't sell it. They were quite expensive. And I think, if I correctly, that one cappuccino coffee was costing around 1K, and that's in a pack is like maybe 8 or 12. Who wants to buy 1K coffee? Just one.
with that tea bag or something.
Yes, like, but it's quite nice. I drank a lot of it.
And you didn't pay him.
I didn't pay him. I brought it home.
Did it work on you?
I don't know,
You
but
don't even know the work it was doing.
It's possible that's why your body has been reoriented.
Now why are you fresh?
Well,
now? See how
I-
you
the
skin on
sensation
it.
was good while sipping it. It was good. Sometimes I used it to eat bread too. Just a coffee. So, but
So now you
long,
benefit
to
from
cut
that
this
for
short,
your-
the
for
long
that
story short,
investment.
he
Oh,
blew
sure.
the money because he didn't make any profit out of it. So from that, he said the person now got a Ferrari.
The person that brought him in.
No, the person that owns the business.
He's the one selling. He's the only one selling the
He got
product.
a Ferrari,
He's not
and
selling the product
the only thing he did was he saw that it seems the way my brother is pushing his market, his business strategy was good. Told my brother to come and at least sometimes stay over in his place. My brother would look at his mansion and say, in the next 2 years I'll be like this. So it's just
Your
fantasy.
brother was motivated.
Exactly.
So has it been like that? He's 2 years now.
He doesn't even want to hear anything now. What to do with that? Now he wants. What he wants to do now is say, okay, because he sings. So he said he was in talk with the person, and he could use the person's garden because the man has, I don't know how he gets to do it, but
has a
he has this it was like there's this J-Mike. And the guy has affiliation with J-Mike, and they have people that comes for the seminar. That he could just speak with the person, he will go and perform. Maybe it's time to use
At least he
the
won't
crowd
lose.
too.
He won't lose.
But aside that, he lost because there was no profit.
No, he didn't lose now. He bought products. Like you not sell.
Okay, and
And you used
Now
it.
you use the product.
but the
You're the one that
aim
made
is
him
aim.
loss.
No. He couldn't sell it.
But
I couldn't even buy it.
You took out of the
product now.
product.
But he didn't
Yeah, I
expire
took out
now.
of
Why
it.
would
So
you buy
he-
products that you could not,
so
you
he
cannot
took-
afford?
So you enjoyed part of the product now.
Yes, now.
What he did was you ate his inventory. That's what you guys did. Or rather, you drank his
Is
inventory.
investment.
Well, he tried selling it and he couldn't.
Nobody was
Wait.
buying.
Yeah, doesn't mean you should drink it.
Okay, well, it
you
will,
pay for
later
it?
on it will expire now.
Oh,
The coffee is not even Nescafe self. People never buy them. Now talk of a coffee worth 1,000 naira.
So
or
he didn't
800.
sell one.
Gay.
At least he was supposed to have to buy one himself. At least.
You know, the funniest thing was that he didn't bring everything at once.
Okay.
He brought it out in bits.
So long and short, your brother spent 400 grand on on cups or sachets of coffee.
Yes. When it was even
Did they give him blood
a
pressure?
night he was telling me that the energy, the zeal, I was like, he called my mom, he called me, he called my sister, and he was telling us that he invested.
That
The energy.
he's going to make it. He's going to
Yes,
succeed.
the energy. It was in the night. It wasn't even inside. He called us outside.
I think we
Open
should go and
sky.
study
Situation like
The
that.
guy that awarded you.
No. There's a strategy
They
those guys
reconfigured
use.
his orientation.
Those guys,
I don't know, but
they are excellent good.
They are good
Yeah,
at
into a mental
pulling
Bro, they are
people.
good at
communicating.
Yes,
Exactly.
Let me give you one of the awards. Something always small and reduces you salary. That's what
I swear.
I don't know.
All those minonies or something like that. Like some crazy words, just try to find a crazy meaning to it.
Something always small and reduces
Someone was the last one I went to. I remember this one. They were like anti-school, like anti-tertiary institution. You don't need to go to university. Look at me. I didn't go to university. I'm making 400K every week. Like it was so great. And the people that were there were like people like within the age of 18 to like 24.
I think
That's
Like,
their
young-
I would like to
bracket.
bring
it was so
one
crazy.
person.
Like
I don't know. I wouldn't call her a victim of the new life. I met
Right.
her.
But
But you want to bring her to the show.
Yes.
All right,
I
so
told
let's
her back then that I don't see
let's have it in mind. All right, we'll have a show dedicated towards investment schemes. All right, and then we'll bring different people because I think it's also important. People fall prey. If it's just the money people lose, the money you lose is minimal. The most painful part of the process is people whose life is redirected towards unproductive means as a result of that program. All right, the person I'm talking about is he in her 30s now?
No.
I think
No, he's still young.
2025.
Like young people.
Then
like,
she's
that want to
lucky.
make
She
money.
got off easy. I met a lady who left school, spent 8 years of her life between the age of 22 to 30. She met me when she was 30. That's when I started when I did that particular day I met her and she started trying to sell me the program. And I explained to her the reason why the program was a waste of her life. All right. So let's just would have a show devoted to that because I think it's important. New Life has been around for a very, very long time.
Yeah, very, very long.
All right.
Very,
And
very
a
long.
lot of times people I think they've sort of like gotten away because nobody really puts a focus on
them.
what they do and all that. So
Yeah, technically not forcing anyone to invest. So.
exactly. But it's a bit of psychological coercion. They've mastered the art of wrapping people's dreams into the products that they sell. All right, so we'll do a recap of some of the things that we've discussed so far, and then we can have a couple of key takeaways from the stuff. You mentioned the fact that you went for a particular program and a particular job interview process, and then when you got there, you found out that the organizers of the program were the organizers of the
MLM.
interview process were MLM. What product were they selling?
I can't remember vividly, but it's something like the packaging was like green. Like, I think it was like it's not like it's like medicine or something like that.
Okay.
Just medicine.
Did you apply for the job? Or just got a text message?
Actually applied. I met somebody on the road and the guy was like, "You, I have like this." It was I think one of those ASO strikes. So I was at home. I went to do something at Ogba. So the guy was like, "You." Like they took advantage. I think they took advantage of the time. Like they were just students at home now.
Did he say you?
You, bro.
Like you just stopped. Like guy like you now. You stopped me like.
No, be me.
You just stopped me and we started talking. I was like there's this like entrepreneurship seminar or something like that I would like to participate. Like I'll get a lot of benefits. Like I didn't want to
That's
go
what
at
they
first.
call it.
Yeah, there have been like career advancement. He asked me like what profession was I doing? I told him like there's a way like I can level up. So I was like I wasn't doing anything. So let me just go. I went there and I just went there like for the sake of because I wasn't doing anything at home. That's when I realized.
Did you lose money to the scheme?
I'm not investing money in it, but
Okay, so
just transfer fee and
so it wasn't like you're not applying for a job. It wasn't a job.
Or were you
Did anybody-
motivated?
Were
Were you motivated
to do what?
after the show?
They were like so very anti-tertiary institutions that it made no sense to me.
Okay, so the question I have is nobody here has gone for a job interview that was different from what was advertised. There's nobody here.
Or just experience now.
No, he didn't go for a job interview now.
I went to an interview.
You went for an interview.
Okay, I thought you said you went for an investment. It was a job interview and I got there and found out that it was multi-level marketing.
Yeah.
Okay, did you apply for that job?
Yes, I applied for the job now. It was on.
Okay, I think I also applied something like that, but
Yeah, I think it's Indeed. It's been a while. It's been long, very, very long. It's on Indeed.
Okay, and so when you applied for the job, the
give you a
particular
text.
position, they sent you a text message and then you went to the location and
Yeah,
then you found out that these guys were
yeah. In
completely
fact,
different. Okay,
I
so
also applied to one, but I always go search the company I go to. So then I saw like an entire online portfolio dedicated to bashing them. and making sure people don't fall victim to them. So that was, I just took that as a, like, people are falling for their traps. So let me just do. I shouldn't just go. So I didn't go at the end of the day for the interview.
So I think that's one of the, because most of our job interviews have been job interviews. Most of our experiences have been experiences in which people get, it's a classical bait and switch. You apply for something or you hear about something. When you get there,
You see something
you
else.
see something else. Okay, so it's classic. It didn't just start. People have done it for. It's just that they brought that particular tactic into job interviews. Merchants do it all the time. All right, they post a particular advert online. All right, the advert probably is 25% of the cost. By the time you order the good, they deliver something else. Merchants do it. It happens with jobs as well. One of the things we probably would advise people who follow the podcast, particularly if you're between the age of 25 to 40 and you're looking to either switch jobs or get your first job, one of the first things that you need to do is to research the organization, just like you mentioned, because most of the time you won't be the first person who is falling victim. That's the very first thing. And the good thing about the internet right now is this: when you go online, you will see hosts of people who can talk from their experiences. Yeah. The second thing that you probably also need to do is, if you get a job invitation for a job, if you get an invitation for a job interview that you didn't apply to, almost all the time it's a scam. Okay. Now, for people who have to travel out of state to go for job interviews, because the experiences that we've heard of people who traveled, actually took flights, landed, and got to the hotel, only for them to be kidnapped. And so it's important in the city that you are going, after you have done the online search, it's also important to see if you can call somebody, or if you can find somebody who knows someone that can help you check out the location. I heard of a particular story of an individual who was called for a contract, not even a job. The person was a mason. They do interlocking glass tiles for the floor of buildings, and he was called and asked to come to pick up a job. He had to fly down there, and so he was a bit suspicious that things were not well. So he called someone in the city and asked them, can they help him drive past the place? And the person drove past and said, "There's that place they are talking about. The building that is there is not ready for interlocking tiles." So he called the people who invited him back and told them that he's coming. The day he was arriving, he told them he's arriving, he'll soon be there, he'll be there in an hour's time and all that. He called this person, that one also drove past again. When he drove past, he noticed that there were some young men who were suspiciously dressed, waiting around the place on the lookout. So the guy he realized that he was just lucky to have escaped. So it's important for one to particularly be cautious about things like that. Times are hard, all right? And when it comes to making money, usually, from my own experience, the little experience I've had, the few years I've spent on earth, most of the time when people are making money, usually, they don't call you. They don't call you
silently
to join them
come
in
and
making
enjoy,
money.
actually.
Because when they are making money, they want to make as much as they can. And by the time they call you, you will diminish the pool available to them. So most times, if anybody is calling you to come and make money, you better believe that the only reason why they are calling is because the money to be made is from you. So that's it. Also, investment schemes. People have proven why investment schemes cannot work. If it was possible for someone to offer you 15% interest on
a monthly basis,
that means that in 6 months, the person will be able to double your money practically.
Yeah. In 2 years.
In
1 year.
In 1 year, the person will
triple your money.
Quadruple. Because if it starts out with 100,000, by 6 months, the 100,000 will be 200. By 1 year, the 200,000 at 6 months will become 400.
Yeah.
So that means that person can actually make 3 times or 300% interest on his capital. Rather than come to you and take your money, you would rather go to a bank. I mean, you can get banks that offer you rates of between 25 to 40% in a year. And if he can make 300%, he will take the loan from the bank, make his 300%, pay the bank their 40%, and he's left with 260. People do not have 260%. People do not have an incentive. Okay? And that's what happens. People who are in fast-moving consumer goods, or who are selling petroleum products, They go to banks to get letter of guarantees because they know that off those products that they are selling, they can make huge amounts of profit. They usually do not come to crowdfunding
Yeah.
because it's much more complex. The cost, there's something bankers call management fees. That's the cost of managing your loan. So if I have to take a loan, it's better for me to take a loan
One from
of
one person.
£1 billion from one person than to take a loan of 1 million from 1,000 people. You're going to be getting 1,000 phone calls, 1,000 headaches. The person you take one large loan from, you know that once you take the loan from him, it's you and that person together, you are in the same boat until you pay the loan back. Once you take loans from 1,000 people, all of them, once one person hears that you have taken a loan from another person, he starts becoming afraid because the target now becomes who can get to collect his money first before this guy goes bankrupt. And so people don't want to hear stories. They're like thinking, this guy has bought money for 1,000 people. Let me quickly collect my own money so that if he's going to collapse, he will collapse. So that's the way it is. That's the mindset that we should take going. And that's what we probably would advise people and all that. Also on the part of, you mentioned something about tertiary institution not being the pathway
Yeah.
to
Success.
success.
Yeah.
That's what they told him.
That was what you are told. And in a sense, it's true.
Yeah.
Okay. A tertiary education just opens the door for you and all that. But because there are a lot of jobs and opportunities right now that you probably will not access if you don't have a basic degree. Or
Yeah.
at least basic, you can show that you finished university or a tertiary institution. However, the downside of it is the fact that in today's world also, the knowledge that you gain from going through the tertiary process and the relationships and the networks that you build have proven useful for people. Okay, because one of the important requirements for success for most people, beyond what you have, beyond what you study, and also beyond the skills that you possess, is the size of your network. Right? Because if you're extremely skilled, if you cannot get the word of your high skill set out to other people, it becomes difficult. For most people who succeed, they usually, what they have successfully done is take a very, very simple product or a simple idea and sell it to as many people as possible. Or they take a very, very expensive product and sell it to a very, very highly specialized
Set of people.
set of buyers. Okay, so those are the two ways. Either you take something very simple, you sell and you make huge amounts of profit from little margins of a high volume, or you make high margins of a small volume. Okay, and I think that's where the story about your brother failed, particularly because the people he was talking to, the people who drink 1,000 naira coffee,
They don't live very well.
they don't live where he lives.
Actually.
Right? So, and I'm not insulting you. All right. But at the particular point where your brother was selling coffee, at that stage in your life, your priority was not 1,000 naira coffee. So it's nice for you to drink. All right, but it's not something that
You need. It's not water.
It's not okay. So I want us to be careful about selling, trying to sell
Luxurious goods.
luxurious goods to low-income people. Because the questions that you would have is this: if I drink this coffee, will I go to heaven? You get that kind of response.
Actually. When you spend 1,000 on coffee.
So there's an art of selling to the affluent. All right, there's an art of selling to the affluent, and that's actually a book. If you have time, you can sit back and go and affluent people, the kind of purchases they make, they don't buy. They have a particular way in which they make purchases, depending on the customer segment that they come from. So, for example, there are affluent people who are born into wealth. There are affluent people who had to work their way into their wealth. Their buying decisions are different. The person who has to work his way, who started out poor and who became wealthy by virtue of hard work or other things or luck, they tend to be extremely very, very careful. In fact, most of them, when you see them, they are afraid of spending money because the memories of poverty are still at the back of their mind. The affluent person who has been born into wealth, also they will not spend on flashy products. Most of them, if they had to pick, most of them wear expensive shoes. You would not know. You just take a look at it and realize that these shoes are actually well made. Okay, so there's an art of selling to affluent people. I think about a few months ago or so, I had to accompany a particular high net worth individual on a trip. And at the domestic airport, at the departure terminal, on the top floor, there was a particular luxury vehicle that was parked there. Try to imagine, they drove a car onto the top floor of the airport. So once you look at the car, you walk past the car, and then you board your flight. All right? The people who buy that kind of car, they don't buy that kind of car at Beggar. Those guys fly, and they realize that we just park this car there, and they had one person there, and the person's job is just to sell at best probably one every month. Okay, so if your brother had said that he was going to open a store at the departure lounge of the local airport,
That probably would have worked.
it probably would have worked. While people are waiting to board their flight and all that, if you had a vending station in which you could get hot water, you could pour the water, it probably would have worked. If it was a moment in which, if the oil was very, very cold, the AC was blasting cold, and people wanted to warm themselves, you probably might have sold the coffee to them. They would have bought the coffee for 1,000. If anybody who is willing to pay 150K for a ticket to fly out of Lagos to Abuja and back will not squeeze their eyes at 1,000, they probably would have paid even more. Okay, and that's why you see at those airports, around those airports, you see a lot of fast food restaurants and all that. Their prices there are even higher, sometimes at double what you buy outside. So I don't think your brother was scammed. I think your brother probably was ill-advised. All right, it's something which he probably might want to consider trying again. Okay, because wealthy people tend to have a lot more disposable income to throw around, and that's why I, as a person, some of my efforts are focused at helping the wealthy. Okay, so we'll do that. So I think those are my thoughts. So just to recap and all that, our experiences and all that. One needs to do research on organizations before we travel. I think those are the lessons that we've learned from Mr. Oji and Adam. Yeah. So we also learned a wonderful quote that if you want to catch an elephant, you have to sacrifice a goat. And all that. So even though that, so the value of, like, most of these motivational speakers, you see, the size of your harvest will be determined by the size of your seed. All right. So it's an experience that people go through. Your experience, you said, with Forex, it happens almost every 10 years. 10 years from now, another generation, probably your cousins, your little cousins, and 20 years from now, your children or so, they will also be baptized into Forex. It didn't just start yesterday.
Investment.
Like my father and mother told me about investment programs they were part of.
Even this guy, like, we were talking about that Madoff or something like that.
Benny Madoff.
I watched the documentary and I was like, wow, this guy is crazy.
The Wolf of Wall Street. You should watch that movie now, The Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah, but I don't think that it was only this guy. I think it was like just like
Benny Madoff ran a long-standing Ponzi scheme. I think it's on Netflix or so.
Yes, it was on Netflix. Yeah.
So if you have time, watch it. He ran a long-standing Ponzi scheme for over 30 years. All right.
You got to a point to realize that he couldn't even pay the money back.
Couldn't pay the money back.
No peace of mind. He just was going like. I think it was surrendered by itself.
Actually, when I think it was around 2016 when Ponzi scheme started, I had to just check Ponzi scheme, and that was when I knew that these things are just scam, because it was named after somebody, Charles Ponzi, who actually started that program. I think it was an Italian. He came to the US.
He came to US
and he started it, and his end was not good. People lost money. I think who even benefited was his wife and his daughter. They took his money and ran away, and I think he committed suicide at the end.
Okay, his wife and daughter took the money
Because he was in prison.
Sure.
After scamming people and couldn't pay, so he was in prison.
Fair women.
So I think it was the wife and the daughter that collected the money. So
If
I just knew that this was scam. Like
if
this.
it seems too good to be true,
Probably is.
it always is. All right, nobody's out there to
help
help you
Help
become
you.
rich. All right, without helping themselves first. So, thank you very much for being a part of the show.
It's the next episode of the Darkpore. Subscribe, like, and share.
So you can subscribe, like, and share. Yes.
Peace.
Adios.